Today I have for you the ultimate shoulder mobility exercise, and it involves a barbell, a rack, and a bench. Now this goes against typical conventional prescription when it comes to mobility training. Often people associate mobility with static stretching or other forms of stretching activity like yoga. However, these things do not give you the same benefits and results as doing mobility training with the barbell. Now remember, strength training is mobility training. It's about being strong in end range positions, something that static stretching won't do. Specifically for this exercise, you can do all the doorway pec stretches that you want and you will not see any changes. I've done that for years, nothing helped. This exercise is one that will actually help you improve the function of your shoulder pain, all of that surrounding the shoulder, especially for grapplers that get in funny positions with their shoulders, or strikers and MMA athletes that might find themselves in rounded postures often within their training. So this is something to help maintain that shoulder function. So I'm going to take you through it right now. It's called essentially a seated behind the neck press off the pins. And the best thing about this exercise is it doesn't matter what mobility restrictions you have, you can tailor it to any issues you have. So I got this exercise from a great strength coach, Ed Cosner. Big Ed is a big powerlifting strength coach, worked with many NBA teams and all sorts. He showed me this exercise and I've been using it ever since he showed me. Now, I will show you the setup and the small technical details behind it, and then I'll show you how you can modify it based on where you are within your training. So the first thing is setting up a bench and the pins to a height in the rack and having the bar on the rack. Now, the height you set this to is going to depend on your mobility, but I'll show you after once I show you this exercise. Regarding your grip width, you want to use a grip almost a thumb from the end of the knurling here, or slightly wider. Again, this is going to depend on your shoulders. You're going to sit under the bar with the bar behind your head. You're going to push into the bar to create tension, and then you're going to press. Now, the biggest thing when you're lowering the barbell is to try and make the least amount of sound possible when you bring it back down to the pins. You don't want it to crash down to the pins. You want it to silently touch. That means you're controlling the movement all the way down. So as you get lower and lower with these pins, you're going to be able to control it lower and lower, improving your mobility. Now, depending on your mobility, you're going to set this up at different heights. For me right now, I have it around the middle of my head right here, where there's a bone. But once you get better, you can get it all the way down to your traps. If you have very, very poor thoracic mobility and shoulder mobility, you might start high. You might even start with the bar above your head when you're pressing. And that's the beauty of this exercise for your shoulders. It's that you can modify the height based on where you're starting. Now, if you're liking this video so far, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone. But as you improve your mobility, you lower these pins. So you spend a few weeks maybe in this position. As it starts to feel comfortable, then you might go one peg hold down, and now you're going to press from a lower position, and you might drop the weights back down and you can build back up again. And that is how you're going to improve shoulder mobility and open your chest versus just trying to stretch your chest in a doorway. That's not going to do anything for you. Regarding sets and reps, I typically like to do anywhere between 3 and 6 reps. Obviously 3 reps I'm doing slightly heavier. You can push this like you normally would with an overhead press in terms of lower reps and higher load. You can go past 6 reps if you like, if you're looking to develop more shoulder size, but I typically like to stick in that 3 to 6 rep range. The load is what helps really develop that strength and that end range of motion. So within that range, you don't have so much fatigue leading over into your combat sports training. So make sure you go down in the description. There's a link to the Sweet Science of Fighting Underground, private Discord community. All of the training programs within the training app and online courses are all in there. Like, subscribe, share it. And if you like these kinds of videos, you want more mobility style videos, I can give you more. Just make sure you let me know down in the comments.